or whatever term on anybody, but this is a man that clearly should tend more to himself at this point in time.
Which is, it's a point which is a good place to segue to that, to the issue of his health, and then we'll come back to the ticket that he has orchestrated, a Muslim ticket, and the consequences of that. But to stay with Tinubu's health, I don't want to apologize about my take on this, right? As humans, we are more or less feeble today, vital the next day, until we get to a critical point in our lives where our health will tip in one direction, which is toward greater debilitation until death. Okay? So, the reason I don't want to apologize is that Nigerians have suffered too much. So I don't want to start saying I don't wish him ill or something. It is a particular kind of malice when somebody who is clearly in bad health, in poor health, as Tinubu is, wants to run a country as complex, as desiring of good, attentive, alert leadership as Nigeria is. Nigerians have suffered too much. Okay? We've gone through a Yar'Adua who spent much of his presidency basically looking after his health. Okay? When you have a country that is challenging, you should step aside if you are not physically fit. Okay? So Yar'Adua occupied space as president in Nigeria. And he allowed the precipitous decline of the affairs of the country because he simply wasn't up to it. When you don't have your health together, when you and I fall sick, and we do, yeah. we can't. I like to cook a lot, okay? My children, my wife, they love my cooking. So, but when I'm sick, I'm too sick to cook for anybody, okay? I'm even too sick sometimes to drink water if I'm offered water, right? So, if I'm sick and my family is expecting me to feed them, and I say, no, nobody else should cook. I'm the cook in this house, which anybody who knows me, you know me and you know.
Very true.
You cook a lot as well.
Yeah, I do.
And by the way, Nigerians think that men should not cook. Meet two men who love to cook.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, part of what I do is that when I visit friends and relatives around the world, I say if they will let me, I say to the host or hostess, I say, please leave your kitchen, I want to cook. Because cooking for me is such a beautiful thing. So
I agree.
That's something that Nigerian men, it's a scandal that Nigerian men think that is the office of women to cook. I love cooking in my house. I'm the main cook. Okay? So get used to it. Okay. But let's say that I'm sick and one of my children wants to go and cook, or my wife wants to go and cook, and say, oh, no, you can't go to the kitchen, I'm the cook. I won't be useful to them because they will starve, because I'm lying there sick. So now imagine a much more complex organism like the nation. When your health is poor, but out of a certain sense of vanity or arrogance, you say, I must be the person running this space. It's malice. It's wickedness on your part. And I'm saying Nigerians have suffered enough. Nigerians don't have power. They don't have good roads. They don't have healthcare. They don't have good schools. Our universities are still on strike. Okay, we have nothing. And we need the kind of leadership that will think of how to create these facilities for Nigerians. If you are sick, you're going to be spending an inordinate amount of your time, usually in hospitals abroad. And that's another tragedy. Yar'Adua was sick as the governor of Katsina. He was sick. Did he then say, let me invest in healthcare in Katsina? No. He was using the resources of Katsina to take himself abroad for treatment. When he became president, did he say, let me create a first-class healthcare system in Nigeria? No, just for himself. He will fly abroad to go get healthcare treatment.
Go to Germany specifically.
Go to Germany and then to Saudi Arabia and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Then Buhari came in, the same thing. This is
prior to that, we had Abacha where...
We had Abacha.
I think it was the entire last year of his president. I think he was only seen 2-3 times.
Precisely. So. So Nigeria has been wrecked by sick men who are sick in body and in their minds as well. In Tinubu's case, as in Buhari's case, I mean, you see Buhari, sometimes you ask him a question and he will start answering a totally different thing. That's mental incapacity, guys. Okay? Tinubu has missed several steps. Tinubu cannot go down
Did you see the one where they were asking him about the party and he's like, All People's Congress Party?
All people, yeah. So I mean, no, we have leaders.
He ended up saying, Alliance for Democracy.
Yeah.
Instead of saying all people, he didn't even know which party,
So the point is, here is a point. Tinubu, were it not for vanity or arrogance, should not have sought to run for the presidency. Tinubu is a man who is in great decline in terms of health, and that decline is both physical and is mental. When you watch the guy speaks, it's painful. He cannot articulate a sentence without seeming lost. The man looks lost when he speaks.
Yeah, he does.
Okay? And so, so what I say to him really is, to the extent that you insist on running our affairs, I hold it against you. It's wickedness on your part. Because, Nigeria needs an attuned, alert, attentive, energetic leader. It's not you. So if you are going to insist that you manage our affairs, it will be like me being sick for a week and telling my family nobody else should go to the kitchen. I alone go to the kitchen. That means I'm saying to my family, you're going to starve for a week. Okay? And so that's wickedness on his part. So all I have to say to Tinubu really is Nigerians have seen through this. There is the huge viral video where it was alleged that he peed on himself. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, it's not a crime. It's not a moral failing to be incontinent. The moral failing is to be incontinent, to be of ill health, and then demand that it's your turn to run the affairs of a people who have suffered for decades, who need to be brought out from this place of deprivation and of tragic suffering.
Yeah, it's a country that has been reduced to literally the barest animalistic tendencies and all those things. I mean, it's just a guy that shouldn't be there. And I mean, this week we're talking about him, and subsequently we'll keep talking about